Jen here, and I have a layout for you for the Scrappy Celebrations Hop that's been happening all week long. We are celebrating some big milestones in the For the Love of Crafting and Sharing YouTube collab group. We have some 1,000 subscriber milestones and 2,000 subscribers and some birthdays on YouTube and all that kind of stuff. So we've decided to take the whole week and celebrate and share the love. And I'm pretty excited because I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers, so I definitely wanted to join in on this fun. I was going to do a layout about being on YouTube and almost hitting that milestone, but I didn't want to jinx myself, so I'm going to do a birthday layout. If you aren't a subscriber though and would like to help me get to that milestone, definitely click the subscribe button down below. I would super appreciate it. I'm so close, so it's been pretty exciting to watch that number go up, and I thank you all from the bottom of my heart for coming and joining me and supporting me. I really appreciate that. So I'm using a layout design from Christina from the Secret Not Secret Kit Club and Redefined Creative. Over the weekend, it was International Scrapbooking Day, and she had a whole weekend of fun. And she did a Stash Bash live video where she used this basic design and basically was inspiring people to scrap along with her and kind of use the same general design but using their own stash to come up with their own unique layout. So I really liked the design. I think it's definitely something that I'm going to want to use again, and my layout doesn't look anything like hers just because my stash kind of, guides me in one direction, and that's kind of the fun of it. So as people have been posting their layouts, it's really interesting to see the direction that they've all been able to go in. So that's the general design that I'm kind of following. And then I'm using my How to Kill a Kit with Style kit for May to pull out these birthday papers. These are from Echo Park. I think they're called Birthday Girl. And then there was also the Birthday Boy matching set. It was identical papers, but in more of the reds and blues and kind of a taupe that went along with it. I don't have any of the boy paper left, but I have a few pieces of the girl paper left, so that's what I'm going to be using. And you can see here, I think there's enough blues and stuff that this isn't overtly girl the way that I'm using it anyways, because my pictures are girl and boy. My birthday twins share a birthday. They were born on the same day, 6 years apart, and every year I love to do a birthday twins layout. I use the same title, and I just think it's kind of fun when you're flipping through your my albums to see every year how they're getting older. And don't worry, I do lots of individual stuff for them too, so they don't feel bad that they're kind of having to share a birthday. And then the other things that I am using in this layout that you can see me struggling with right here is this really cool holographic kind of vinyl plasticky paper from Beebeecraft. I was really excited to get this in the mail and get it used up and let them know what I think of it. It is pretty multifunctional. I'm not really sure what it was originally meant to be used for, but as soon as I saw it on the website, I knew that there were going to be a ton of different things that I could use it for. And so one of the things I thought might be fun to try in this layout is creating some balloons with the holographic paper as my background. So I created 2 of them to test them out and make sure this was going to work. And then here you can see me building this last balloon. So I used the more pinkish holographic paper for this one. And then I just cut my little foam squares in half so that they were thinner to put my border around the outside. If you had foam tape, you could use the foam tape just as easily, but there's such a tight curve there at the top with the balloon that I felt like the foam squares just worked really well to kind of go around that edge. And then that case that you see right above my hands is little flat back pearls that I also got from Beebeecraft. And so I put a few of those into each balloon, and then I just added some extra sequins. Some of it's from Spiegelmom Scrap, some of it's just random sequins that I had to kind of fill up the balloons even more. And now here I just painted a little bit of watercolor onto some white cardstock to cut out an edge for my balloon, so I could cover up my foam squares. And for the plastic, I just used some packaging, just plain plastic packaging. I didn't think, because they're going into a page protector, I didn't think they needed to be a thicker plastic. They'll be behind the page protector and they'll be well protected there. So I just stick that plastic down to my foam squares, and then I'm using my wet glue to attach this little piece of cardstock around the edge. And I kind of matched the color of the balloon and the little sequins and pearls that went in it to the background holographic paper. So the paper comes in kind of a pinkish orangey tone. It comes in almost more of a clear tone that has a bit of yellow to it. So that's my yellow balloon. And then two different shades of blue. One's kind of a lighter blue and one's more of a darker blue, almost green. And that's what I used to back my photos. So it kind of made them one long strip. And then I can put my balloons down. Now you can still see through the back of the balloons, so you can see there where I flipped them over. There's coating on both sides, so that's what I'm trying to get off. But you can see when I flip them over that even though they're holographic, they are still see-through. So I'm going to put them on the white paper so that there's nothing. At first I thought I might put them on that left-hand side above the first picture, but because you could see through them, I'm going to put them over on the white. And then that really helps to showcase the colors and the shine of the holographic, or I guess iridescent, I don't know if I'm using the right word. It really helps to kind of showcase that. Oh, you can see how mirrored that one was. You could see me in it. And they're so much fun. I think they turned out really, really cute. I kind of like the way that turned out. Here you can see how see-through it is, because you can see the adhesive on the back of my pictures. But still really fun. I love it. I'm definitely going to be using these some more. I thought they might be fun to punch some shapes out with too. Or maybe use the fact that they're see-through to your advantage and use them as some kind of fun overlay or something like that. So I have a few more ideas. And then in the layout that Christina did, she had tags up in that top portion where I've kind of piled all of those tags, and then also over to the right hand side. So that's what I'm going to build up here. And I'm just pulling from some of my random embellishments that I have in a little container beside me. There are all those little bits and pieces that kind of pile up over time that I'm trying to get used up. So I think that one that says Everyday Happy is an Amy Tangerine one. And I don't know about that blue one. It says it might have come from crepe paper from the All Heart. I don't know. Or maybe a Paige Evans. I can't remember. But I just liked that blue. It kind of matches everything. The happy, happy, happy that you see there is a border strip from a piece of paper, and I just kept it. So I don't even remember what piece of paper it was. But in Christina's layout, she had sort of a scalloped edge that went across the triangle. That triangle in her layout actually covered the whole bottom half of the page. But I didn't have another piece of paper that was big enough that I could do that, so I kind of changed that design element to fit my stash, fit my paper that I had. And I think it looks really cute. I actually love how this layout came out. So I turned that little Everyday Happy into a tag as well, and then just poked a hole in it. And here I'm just kind of building up a few little layers of tags. and then over to the side as well. A couple of those tags were more on the vellum feeling side, so I put those on the right hand side so that they're backed by just the plain white cardstock, so they just show up a little bit better. And I don't really remember where I got those vellum pieces from. I have a whole embellishment or ephemera pack of all that kind of vellum looking collection. There's some stars and stuff in it, but I don't remember who they came from. I may not have actually bought them as a pack. I think they were given to me. That's possible. But I was just trying to match some of the colors that were in those balloons from the paper. So I think they look pretty good. I like that yellow and just those little kind of pops of color, and it gives a little bit of movement too, I think, from the top tags kind of moving across the pictures to those bottom tags. So now I'm just going to add some string to my balloons. I have a bunch of embroidery floss, and I just tried to find the colors that matched as close as possible. And so I'm just kind of gluing them down at the top of the balloon, and then I'm adding a little bow to that little tip to kind of cover up where the bottom of the balloon is. And then I'm going to bring all of the strings over to the side, and I'm tying them together with a piece of white embroidery floss. And I'll put a little bow there. And I don't have any glue anywhere else except for that white bow. So they kind of can hang just really naturally because I do kind of have them pulled over to the side a little bit in a kind of funny way. I wanted them to be able to hang as naturally as possible. And so to balance off some of those colors from those strings, I'm going to put just a little pile here, a little nest, I guess you could say, of those same colors of embroidery floss over there. For my title, I'm going with the same one I use pretty much every year that I do this layout, Birthday Twins, and I'm trying to follow as much as possible the layout design from Christina. Her layouts both had really large letters, much bigger than this, kind of going across the bottom of the pictures, and so I just looked for some really big, wide thickers that I could use that kind of mimic that same feeling, and so I pulled out these ones that are white with the gold in them. I can't remember what they're called, but I think I got them from the Paper and Ink Boutique, and it ends up being a really big title, so I feel like it matches the size or the scale or it matches the feeling of Christina's layout by having this really kind of bold title that stands out. And then my last little touch here, I decided my tags needed some string, so I put those all in, and then I realized they look funny. They were too long, so I'm going to cut them all down and make them nice and short. And then I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle everything with a little bit of Heidi Swap Gold because it's a birthday celebration, and I think gold goes great with that. And also the thickers bring in a little bit of gold, as well as some of the sequins in the balloons. So I thought it would be nice to just have a little bit more going throughout the other clusters in the layout. And that is it for this layout. I would love to give a big shout out to all of my Scrappy friends who are celebrating this week. Congratulations on the milestone that you have hit. Please go to the links below and congratulate them as well. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions, you can leave them for me in the comments. And until next time, happy scrapping. Stay safe. Bye.